You in full retard, man.
Third episode is in the books now, and let me tell you, it doesn't look good for The Last of Us. They can't really decide on what to tell us, okay? Biggest flaw here is that they don't know who Ellie really is. Potent girl boss, or is she a naive teenager? We don't know and they don't know. Let's talk about it. I've got some examples so you know what I mean. Guys, if you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Dimmy. I've been an actor for over 10 years and I want to make videos about storytelling and acting. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. I want to build a community of people who are really invested in good old acting and storytelling. Have some civil discussions and let's go. First little point. It's more of a bonus point here. Listen to this.
I guess I'll have to let myself off the hook for that.
This kind of comment, or this emotional state, or this irony that she put in this line.
I wouldn't worry, Gail. There's still a lot of fucked up people in this town.
How it's not only her, Bella Ramsey as an actress, it's also directing because they want to make it look that way. They portrayed with this irony. This is both good and bad because the good part about it is it's pretty realistic of a Gen Z, like snarky teenager. I've seen this even with colleagues, maybe who are a little bit younger, but it's like the newer generation of people who are really, especially like artists, like who are really hardcore leftist, they're really, really snarky and they have this kind of irony. They're never really straight.
What?
And this is like this little grin, like, you know, I'm above you. I see that a lot. So it's pretty naturalistic. It's kind of well observed, but it's just not likable. I see colleagues be that way and act in that way as well, but I would rather not see it. She brushes off these feelings so the others won't notice because she wants to have her revenge in secret. But it would be more interesting for my taste if the others tried to help her because she was down and she just couldn't let go. If she breaks down at these moments and you see that she can't handle it, and the only way she can handle it is by going off to that stupid vendetta of hers, because that is where the story needs to go. If you played the games, you know, they want to have it both ways. They want other people trying to help her, but also she doesn't need help. And now, a little later, the direction and the acting is just a little off because Dina and Ellie are talking and Dina brought some cookies because she needs to make a confession. And then she gives off the names of the people who killed Joel. So obviously because Ellie wants her revenge. And then it should be like, okay, straight to the point, revenge. But then they have cookies. And it's like, revenge, but cookies first. This is just off because they want to have something to do, like an action in the scene, so you don't just sit there and talk, but at the same time, the action does not fit. You don't want to eat cookies when you hear the names of the guys who killed your father. And this plays into the thing that I want to talk about in this video. It's about Ellie. She, like, look at her eating cookies. She looks like this little naive teenager, incapable of harming anybody, which could be interesting, but at the same time, they want to portray her as this girl boss who can wrestle 220-pound men in their prime. Choose a thing. It would both be interesting. Later in the episode, she prepares her revenge quest and she only packs guns. And so Dina has to tell her, like, you need medicine, you need this and provisions and that. And so you think, like, what the fuck? Is Ellie stupid? Is she a naive teenager who romanticizes about revenge but doesn't really know what awaits her? This could be a cool story. They're just not telling it. They don't decide what story to tell. They could tell the story of this young naive teenager who's not really capable of hurting anybody, who's not really a killer, and who romanticizes about revenge and finds out later that it's really not what she had hoped for, that it's a grim, harsh reality, being hunted, having this target on your back, trying to hurt very dangerous people. That is an interesting story. Or they want to tell the story of a girl that is really hard-nosed because Ellie is feisty and she is capable and she lived 5 years with Tommy and Joel. There's this character who's this capable young woman that is just waiting for her chance to show it. And now she's steadfast on having her revenge. Then also she will find out that it's not the best cause. And it would also be interesting because then we as viewers, we would have the experience of like rooting for her and thinking like, yeah, I want to see that girl boss killing people, and because you love the spectacle. And later when you find out how horribly wrong it goes because an eye for an eye leaves everyone blind. That's basically the story of Last of Us 2. I wish I hadn't rooted for that shit. Both stories are interesting. Young girl who finds out that revenge is not as cool as in the books, and capable and really ruthless person who finds out that this is also not the right thing. And we as viewers make more of a shift in mind. Both cool. They just don't know what to tell. And it's funny because in this day and age where Hollywood or the media are always looking to portray the next capable girl boss, they really missed the chance here where they actually could portray her as capable. And they portray her as capable instead in the instances where she shouldn't be portrayed that way. Everybody's complaining about the Mary Sues of this day and age. And I'm one of them too. Like, I don't want to see 80-pound women beat up 220-pound men. Okay, because it's stupid unless they have some superpowers. But at the same time, I want to see Ellie being capable of some things because she is smart and she is quick-witted and feisty and fearless, and she has trained with Joel for 5 years. She has some tricks up her sleeve, but it's not wrestling. But it should be planning a long journey, and it should be tracking, maybe. It shouldn't be hand-to-hand combat, but maybe it's gunning. There's a lot of chances to portray her as capable and still have her handicaps because she couldn't be as strong as the men she's fighting, but at the same time she has to find other ways to do it. There's a lot of chances for great storytelling here, and they just have it the wrong way every chance they get. It's just frustrating. You have so much material to work from, and they just want to have their cake and eat it too. Let's see what the next episodes bring. I hope I see you in the next one.